NCAA, Florida beat Houston. And the women, UConn beat South Carolina. Poor Don Staley. But she got a $25 million contract last year, so, hey, it is what it is. And she said her and her girlfriend, whatever, who's also assistant coach.
Yep, that's the assistant coach.
Yeah, I didn't realize she was gay. Yeah. I mean, not that I care. I can't give a damn.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize she was gay.
Yeah.
I think that's a big story that a husband and a wife and a wife coach, assistant coach, like that's nowhere else in the league that you're gonna see
she's
that.
not married, but the white assistant coach is there.
Well, she refers to as her significant partner.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's a conflict of interest. Now y'all, you
don't know which one they were first. Maybe she was coach and she was first, and then they became significant.
That's
partners.
still wrong. You shouldn't be fucking nobody on the team.
Somebody gonna quit?
Just saying.
I don't know. I know
to
she
me,
did a
that
heck of a
seems like
job
that's an
last
issue.
year against Iowa when Dawn was about to lose her composure. She's the one that got Dawn together last year against Iowa.
But
what
if they at odds with each other and then they mad at each other and then they gotta go play a game?
And you gotta work together. Yeah, that's stupid.
Now, you know how often that happens in sports.
Or they distracting each other.
So you got teammates.
Women. Look, we've already established that they're not regular women.
Yeah, that's time to rip the pads off.
What if she can't let it go? So now we got a problem.
Brittney Griner supposed to be getting a divorce, ain't she?
When she moved to Atlanta, I see why.
I thought that her and the lady was separation.
Brittney calls herself Big Papa.
Yeah.
DC, she moved to Atlanta. Would you get divorced too if you was a female lesbian? Moving to the #1 state?
I don't know. Is Atlanta known? I know Atlanta known for gay boys, but is it known for lesbians too?
You been to Walmart lately?
As a matter of fact, DC, on the show you called her when you found out she was coming to Atlanta. You and both said on the show she might not stay married long because she's coming to Atlanta. Y'all said that. Y'all said it some months ago when y'all found out Brittney Griner was coming here.
Brittney Griner.
Yeah. I said that's a dream for a lesbian star to come to Atlanta. To come to the dream. It's like wanting to be a Cowboy fan. You a star.
I ain't mad at her.
Yeah. Hey, I heard she gonna try not to pay child support.
She what?
Not trying to pay child support.
She keeps saying, I ain't no man.
Who?
Big Papa.
Brittney?
Yeah, Papa.
Brittney Griner?
Yeah.
Oh, that girl's huge, man. I've seen her a couple times.
Well, I mean, technically, but technically, the DNA test gonna come back negative.
You right. Now you right. You got a point there, boy.
But if they adopted that child, they ain't got nothing to do with it. If she adopted that child and they divorced, she's still gonna be.
They done signed some paperwork by now.
She's still gonna have to take care of that
Do
child.
lesbians sue each other for child support and stuff?
I'm sure they do.
Sue each other over child support, over dildos, everything. DC
custody,
community
First
property.
they gotta take it with them. Hey, you got to. Hey, don't get down
All
with
I'm saying.
Settlement.
I'll get the rabbit. You get the bullet.
Hey, I need that
one.
one.
Is mine. That rose is mine.
Right.
But as a man, would any of y'all want to work with your wife on a daily basis?
Depends on what we do.
Hell no.
I don't know. I don't believe that depends on what we do. Hell no is the answer to that.
Hold up. Mexican men do it all day long.
Yeah, depends on what we do.
Mexican men do it all the time.
I got some Mexicans working in my house now.
Mexican.
They bring their wives every day.
Right.
My mom and my stepdad, they work together in the restaurant.
They still together?
Restaurant. Yeah.
They still together now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mexican men work with their wives.
That's because your mom is cool, though.
Yeah,
I don't know if Mexican men, if you can say all Mexican men work with their
I
wives.
say all, but a lot of them do.
Yeah, but if the men who be working on my roof don't be bringing their wife to work.
Well, the men be working on mine.
On mine,
I'm remodeling my house. They bring their wife.
Yeah, the Mexican man who did my roof, yes, their wife was at the job.
And
brother.
one of the bitches stole one of my brooms. I know my brooms, man. No, bitch had the broom sweeping, and next day the broom was gone. Ain't nobody been there but you Mexican.
He don't need it. He don't need the broom.
You know Mr. Broom. You know Mr. Broom.
She stole my damn broom. I'm taking that broom money out there.
No, man, I wish my wife
know
would get
Mr.
in the yard like Mexican wives do. I wish my wife would help out around the house like me.
You
ever
got
seen
a
the
pretty
Mexican
wife too.
Yeah, well, she can carry up roof too. She can carry up shingle shit.
Man, don't put that on Jackie. Jackie
Yeah,
too
Jackie-
sweet.
She is real pretty.
Obviously, she's not listening tonight.
No.
You know, I can tell when your wife ain't listening.
I cut my internet off every time I leave the house.
This thing ain't working. Mo, can you fix this when you get in?
I change the password every time I leave.
Well, I never heard of, let me see, have I ever heard two gay dudes suing each other over child support? I don't think I have.
It has happened.
Didn't Anderson Cooper divorce his husband? But shit, he's so rich.
Well, they got back together. They got back together.
They got back together?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably was fighting for custody, though.
They probably was waiting for custody?
They was fighting for custody.
Oh, we fighting.
What about Elton John?
But do they fight like real men when they fight? They just like, quit, Anderson. Quit, Anderson. Or they just really bashing each other.
I don't know. They ain't supposed to do that for no kids.
Elton John, he went through a pretty nasty divorce, didn't he?
He's sick now, though. But is he still married to that dude?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're together no more. That's what I'm saying. I think he went through one.
I read one time back in the day, you know, I ran into him one time. He used to live on the top of the
Ackworth, right?
Down there. No, here in Atlanta.
That circle. The thing
Up there on Piedmont, up there.
The one
and
the Western?
they said he was buying, at that time, $50,000 worth of roses a month.
A month.
Jeez. That dude was putting
You talking about the toys or the flowers?
Flowers, man.
That dude was putting it to him. $50,000 worth of roses, golly. That dude getting Game of Thrones up in there with Elton John.
$50,000 worth of roses.
And they was bringing them to the hotel?
I don't know all the details now. I wasn't in the room. I'm just telling you what I read.
Man, $50,000 worth of roses. That man getting sprinted through.
Every month, they say. Now, I do got a personal testimony I shouldn't tell, but I'm going to tell it. So, back in the day, I used to bank at a place out on Paces Ferry Road. That's the road where the governor's mansion
over that way.
Yeah, West Paces Ferry.
Next door to the governor's mansion, one of the Jackson boys, Tito, moved in. At this time, Michael Jackson was still alive. So at the bank where I used to bank, Tito would be in there sometime. So Tito wasn't in there one day, and I just started talking to this sister. She was a teller. And I said, Tito been in here today, just joking. She said, he ain't been in here today, DC. His account overdrawn. I said, what? She said, she started talking to me. Michael Jackson would deposit like $100,000 in all of his brothers and sisters' account every month. And she said, at the end of the month, they be overdrawn every month. Dang. But anyway, the reason I said it's on Pace Ferry Road is because next door to the governor's mansion is the house where Tito was renting.
And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's $25,000 a month.
A week.
A week.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And he would be, she said, they overdrawn every month. I said, well, what do y'all do? She said, nothing, because we know the money coming from Mike.
Just balance it out.
Wow.
$100,000 a
plus
month?
late fees and all them. God. They probably making all kind of fees off of that too.
But it might be like Brewster's Millions, where Michael Jackson give you $100,000, and if he at the end of that month, if he see you still got $75,000, he like, that nigga don't need no more. So he like, let me move this money to my Chime account or something, or move it to my, put it in my Cash App, and then Mike gonna keep on dumping more money.
The way it works is Mike got an accountant who allocate this every month to each one.
Yeah, he don't
Mike
know nothing
see
about that.
Mike don't see it. He don't even know what's going on.
He ain't seen
How the hell you know exactly what the fuck Michael Jackson got going on?
I'm
just telling you how rich people do it.
I'm just saying, man, can we be real now?
How rich people do
I ain't
it.
rich, but when I made the first little bit of money, I went and bought all my brothers and sisters and my mama and daddy hot tubs. And I got all them hot tubs at the house now. Them niggas say, we don't want that shit.
Yeah.
I was hurt, man.
He did like Michael
I
Jackson.
took one hot tub to my daddy in Chicago. And he said, what is that, son? I said, it's a hot tub. He said, well, what do you do with that? I said, well, you just get it. He said, why is it so big? I said, you just get in it and relax. He said, why is it so big? I said, well, you know, 2, 3, 4 people can get in this one. He said, in a bathtub? He said, son, load that back up on your truck. This is honest to God truth. I took it to Chicago on my truck. I put that bitch back on my truck, and I got it at the house now.
And he got plants.
I got 6 of them. I got plant. I got fish in one.
Oh, that's what that is.
I got turtles in one.
He sure do. He sure do.
Yeah, he does.
He sure do.
All my brothers and sisters, we don't want that shit.
Yeah.
But don't you gotta hook them up
Ungrateful,
like
man.
You can't just take a hot tub anywhere and hook it up.
Right.
Don't you gotta hook it up like for plumbing and everything? Can you literally just take a hot tub anywhere?
The ones I bought, the ones I still got now, they were just totally electric. You plug them in the wall, you had an overflow and unflow, and they had pumps in there, and the
When they said we
electric
don't
jets,
want
they
this.
were totally
In the backyard,
totally 120.
Like in the backyard type
What
of
made you
joint.
say, I'm
I
gonna
thought I was doing something, man.
big balling?
Yeah, you know when you think you splurging for your family.
They had a sale, buy
Doing
6,
something
get
like-
1 free. He was like, I'm gonna get mine free.
No, you want no true. Sam Mitchell, who was my partner back then. Sam Mitchell, he been on the show.
Yeah, he came here to talk.
And we all went in, me and him, both went in place, and we negotiated with the man. We said, well, how much a piece if we buy 10 of them? And he gave us a sweet deal. So I got 6 of them, he got 4.
You got 6 turtle cages.
Did people give his back?
I don't know. He probably gave his away. I
But
don't
you
know.
know when you
He's
try
so
to
crazy.
splurge on your family, I did that one time.
They don't
I splurged
appreciate
on my
that shit.
family and bought us some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't. They like he said, "Why you buy us this?
Right. They like, what is this?
What it is about?"
Hey, they quick to tell you. I'm telling your family quick to tell you, just give me the money.
Right.
Give you the money. This is a gift. What kind of shit is that? So God bless Mike, rest in peace. But I know for a fact
That is,
he was giving them $100,000 a month.
that's just.
And at the end of
hard
the
to
month, they
comprehend.
be
Broke.
overdrawn, which ain't hard to go through. 100 million. What's that? $1.2 million a year when you live in that kind of lifestyle.
Well,
But if somebody just giving you $100,000, it'd be kind of hard for me to imagine overextending myself.
When you live in L.A., you meet a lot of kids they call trust fund
Trust
babies.
fund
Trust
babies.
fund babies, yeah.
Trust fund babies. They family rich, and all they do is get a stipend every month.
My children gonna be so disappointed when I die.
But this is Atlanta. And that was Atlanta in the 90s
like,
or early.
nigga, what?
How do you go through that type of money in Atlanta? I can understand if you was in LA. But how are you going through that type of money in Atlanta, especially like in the 90s? And
I don't know what the hell that
It's
mean.
crazy.
I don't know what the hell that
When you
mean.
got-
You go
Atlanta
to
ain't
money
cheap.
in-
Type of money.
Look, let me tell
in
you
Atlanta,
something.
like
Let me tell you
LA
something.
player.
Let me tell you something.
New York would be different.
I hung out
Especially
with
if you a
lot of
buckhead.
Stars, kids.
Yeah.
When you doing heroin and crack and cocaine,
That's
that
true.
money goes quick.
That's true.
I know.
How quick
I
it
know
go,
them
bro?
guys. It goes quick. I know guys who are heroin dealers and crack dealers. They getting Porsches and Lamborghinis. They driving because them rich people leaving their car over the weekend because they on a binge. So
Yeah, I can
it
believe that.
happens.
Yeah, that's true. I can
It
see
goes
that.
quick on them drugs, man.
I can see that.
It goes quick when they're on them drugs. You talking about guys who got $2,000 a day drug habits. $2,000 a day or more. Drug
That ain't
habits.
Tito.
I think they must be just getting
Tito
overcharged.
was one of them. I'm
Because
not
I feel
saying-
like 2,000 a day, you should be able to
I think it was
get
Jermaine.
a week of drugs.
Tito was my boy, huh?
I just think 2,000 a day is an expensive drug habit.
Well, because you got to realize.
you might as well get sugar diabetes.
You got to realize now they're not buying from the local dude on the corner.
Right.
They buying from discreet dudes who overcharging them because they getting personalized service coming to your house, giving it to you. You paying
Supposed
for
to be the
all
better
that,
cocaine.
and for that discreetness, nobody knowing your business, you paying more than the average drug dealer,
You're
average user
You're right. Shit is high on the street.
on the street.
Yeah. You've been
When you on
listening to
the
DisRace. I'm DC Curry.
I'm Bo P. I didn't know we was over.
Ain't that folks?
I'm Brian Harper. Please like and subscribe.
I'm Sister JJ.
Weightball, it's been a pleasure.
And Abdunur Bullhead Kareem. Assalamu alaikum, which means peace and blessings. And God be upon you.
Still live back.
Which you can't spell.
Can't spell Asalama Bacon.
You've been listening to DisRace. Big shout out. Will on the ones and twos. Will, glad I ain't. Smith. Deacon Richard Torrence. And our sold out studio audience as usual. God bless Will Harlow.